Welcome to the Coinbase Wallet Workshop. I hope you're all great. I know some of you were in the previous workshop right now, so nice to see you all again. And yeah, sorry for opening late. This is Diego from Coinbase. I'll let him introduce himself and then, yeah, hand it over to you, Diego.
Yeah, thank you very much. So, welcome everyone. I will try not to take a lot of your time with the intros, although I do have a couple of slides where I'm going to introduce myself. And I am going to give it at least 1 minute so more people could join and see if they can do that. If not, just remember that we are going to share also the recording of this session. So if you miss any part of it, well, just kind of like check the recording afterwards. So I'm going to share my screen right now, and then I will jump to my slides, and we will go from there. So let me put it in the slideshow. So don't worry, not everything is just going to be slides. We are also going to have like a demo part of it, so don't worry about that. But at least the first part, we're going to use the slides so you have a common idea of what we're going to be doing. So let's get it started. So okay, so really quick agenda. We're going to be talking about Coinbase and Web3, and then we're going to be jumping into Coinbase Wallet. And at the very end, we're going to do a little bit of like a Coinbase workshop that may help you with the hackathon that we're going to have at ETHSafari, if I'm not mistaken. So if you're interested in using Coinbase Wallet, you're going to have a way to integrate with it and well, like a starting point that you can use. So now, who am I? Like I already talk a lot, and I have not told you anything about myself. So I am Diego Lizarazo, and I'm a developer relations engineer. So that means that I have the opportunity to talk with a lot of people all over the world, which makes me incredibly excited. If you guys have at some point a little bit of time and have access to chat, I would really like to see where you guys are located, where are you based. Right now, I'm in South Carolina in the US, so I would really like to learn more about you. Quite likely, I will check those comments at the end so I don't get distracted by the chat. And well, since I'm sharing my screen, I may not be able to do both things at once, but I will check. I'm really interested in learning more about that. And in general, like what I said, is I get to talk a lot with developers and with people that want to learn more about our products, about what we're doing, about how we can connect with you, and how you can build interesting things with us. Now, since we were talking about ETHSafari, I also would like to give you a reminder that we have some challenges and some prizes. So in the next few days, if you're interested in checking again Coinbase Wallet as one of the ways that you can create your dApp or your project in general, then you have here these challenges. And as you can see, well, you have some nice prizes. And it's all about like creating dApps with Coinbase Wallet, like how you can integrate them, and also giving us some feedback. We are really interested in learning more about what you want to create, how you want to create that, and to give you new features and products that you can use. So one of the most interesting things that I think I have been learning with Coinbase is how much energy the teams that are building these tools have, and that is not going to be possible if you don't give us feedback. So not only try to participate for the challenges, also take the opportunity to let us hear what you want and what you need from us. Okay, so let's talk about Coinbase and Web3. And this slide here is just pretty much kind of like telling you a little bit about the company, some of the things that we have accomplished, and some of the things why you would like to work with us. I always kind of like look at this one that is the verified users, like the bottom corner. Right now it's 103. I think like 1 or 2 months ago when I was doing a similar presentation, I think it was like 98 million. So that means that almost like 5 more million people are, or verified users have entered the Coinbase ecosystem as a whole. So I find that incredibly interesting. But for developers, I think this kind of tells you a little bit about the audience. how many people you can reach, and how many, well, like assets are already kind of like included in the platform. So that means that you can already, well, share what you are creating with these many people, and have this kind of backup when you're working with Coinbase. Now, building for Web3. This is one of those things that we are quite aware at Coinbase that a lot of the technologies that you may be using in your day-to-day, or that you may be using to create your own dApps, are still kind of like growing. They may be beta versions. Not everything is kind of like done. It's still kind of like a growing technology, which gives you, it's a double-edged sword. It gives you a lot of opportunities to create things that nobody else has created before for Web3, but also it lacks a little bit the reliability that you may find in Web2. You know, so a big part of what Coinbase Cloud in general is trying to do is to give you that reliability. We will see in another slide later that I'm going to be talking about like the Coinbase Cloud, kind of like one of the biggest, well, players here in the United States. And really kind of like what that is talking about is how solid we are as partners. You know, like we are not just kind of like here to work with a small group of people or just with some developers. We are here to kind of like be the group, the team that is going to be behind everything that you create for Web3, and to provide the infrastructure that you are going to be using. This one, I think, is just kind of like showing you some of the players that that we are kind of like trying to work with, and some of like the verticals that we are kind of working on. So this in general is something that is going to keep growing. So quite likely, again, like in 2 months, I will have to make a new slide that has like 25,000 more things to include. But just to give you an idea of the ecosystem that we're building around ourselves and that we are working with. Okay, so I changed this slide again yesterday, and it is mostly because we are going to be talking today about Coinbase Wallet. I also included Coinbase Pay, but I would recommend you to keep an eye on some of the announcements that we're going to have in the next couple of weeks. We have a few more products and features that we're going to be releasing. So this is by no means everything that we are going to share with developers. It's just that is the things that I felt confident showing you for this presentation. So today is going to be all about Coinbase Wallet, but you also have like Coinbase Pay, and that's pretty much kind of like the secure way to purchase or transfer crypto for you. And well, Coinbase Wallet, we're going to get in a little bit more detail in a second, which, well, this is where we're going to be talking. I get the chance to work with one of the teams that is building new features for Coinbase Wallet. So a lot of the things that I'm going to share with you today directly comes from them. And believe me that they are amazing, and they just keep pumping features like every day. So it's kind of hard to keep track of everything that they do. So why should you care about Coinbase Wallet? So pretty much the big thing is that is the fastest growing wallet extension in the United States. So like I mentioned before about audience, when you're creating your own app, you want to reach as many users, as many people as you can. So working with us is going to give you access to a lot of people that already trust Coinbase and that already have their own accounts, their own Coinbase wallets working, they have already downloaded their extensions, and that you can access right away. So also is the most downloaded self-custody mobile wallet in the US. And I mentioned it before about the 100+ million users that are already in part of the Coinbase ecosystem. And we can help onboard in the world of Web3 using our self-custody wallet. So, and apart from that, I also kind of like, I think in this one, we are still already saying 98 million. In the previous slide, it was 103. You see that I have to keep track of these things. Okay, so now, I think give me 1 second. Why should you care? And I think I eliminated a slide that I wanted to share with you guys, that it was about like, did you know? And okay, but okay, the important part about that slide is just to tell you about that, to differentiate Coinbase Wallet from Coinbase Exchange. Some people get a little bit mixed up, the two of them. So if you go to coinbase.com and you create your account there, that's going to be the Coinbase Exchange. That's pretty much a different product than Coinbase Wallet. And also Coinbase Wallet is not a KYC wallet, and it's also not a custodial wallet. So it's a fully self-custody wallet, and where you kind of like pretty much control your keys, and whatever you do with that is your own business. So you are kind of like responsible for that. Okay, well, it was this one. So I guess I mixed up the order. So this is the slide that I was looking for. So I have them in different order. My apologies for that. So the other important thing here is that you also have access mobile version of the Coinbase wallet. So you have it in Android and iOS. And for today, we're quite likely going to be working with the Chrome extension for the small demo that I'm going to show you at the end. So that Chrome extension, it's not just for Chrome, you pretty much also can use it on Brave. So, and that's one of the two things that we're going to ask you to use when you are creating your own dApps, especially when you're testing. And for the hackathon in particular, you can use or Chrome or Brave, but it is kind of like one of the prerequisites. So I recommend to download it. And it's going to be one of the steps that we're going to have at the very beginning of kind of like that workshop part. So, okay, so ready for Web3. So these are some of like the features that you could be interested as a developer. And I'm not going to go through all of them, just to give a little bit more time for the hands-on part at the end. But particularly, I really like the dApp browser that you can see at the very end, because that helps developers to, well, that helps users to find the dApps that our developers are creating. So if at some point you work with us and you have a wallet integration in your dApp, quite likely it's going to be able to be discovered in the dApp browser that already you have in the mobile version of the Coinbase wallet. Apart from that, well, you like something that I took advantage to as a user is that you also get like your ENS username. So like that, well, the ENS and your username. And it was kind of like one of these things that we're giving you for free. So if you want to kind of like try it, and you haven't tried the wallet before as a user, I recommend you to do it. Apart from that, if you're into NFTs, you also can keep track of your portfolio there. And well, you can check it, especially in the documentation that I'm going to share at the end, all the features that you can have with the Coinbase wallet. So apart from that, in this slide, I think the most important thing is the 4 ways to connect. And I think I already mentioned most of them. That is going to be the browser extension, the wallet on desktop, hardware wallet on desktop, and the mobile in-app dApp browser that you can use too. So those are like the main 4 ones. And today I'm just going to focus on the browser extension. Okay, this is something like the new features for developers. This is something that was released not long ago. And it was kind of like a big win for our team. And pretty much the reason is that we were getting a lot of feedback from our users and from our developers. And we wanted to improve like the ways that developers and users could experience wallet, and for developers to be able to access test nets and to be able to kind of like have like a better way to create dApps. So that is kind of like the entire thing. And if you go and download your browser extension, like the little GIF animated is kind of going to show you how to get to well, the advanced features. And I think in this one in particular is showing you how to add like the, well, to show you like the test nets that are enabled with your wallet. So, and you can see that is something there that you can do in the settings. So how it was set up and how it works, it was changed for the latest version, but if you haven't used it before, right now you can download the latest version and all these advanced settings are going to be included there. So now Coinbase Wallet kind of supports a bunch of testnets by default. And so like about Phantom testnets, Optimistic, but since we're going to ask you to give us some feedback during the next few days, if you kind of like play a little bit with the extension, and if you want different things, especially in the advanced settings, let us know, and quite likely we can put it on the list of features that we can start working on for future releases. Okay, well, so time to build. So, okay, so I'm going to leave this slide there for a little bit, especially for the URL that I included here. So this is going to kind of like show you a little bit the steps that you can use to start creating a small dApp that integrates with Coinbase Wallet. So in a second, I'm going to get out of the slides, and we're going to go through some of these steps. And after that, I will kind of like point out where the documentation is, where you can find other sample applications that you can use. And if you are going to be trying to participate with the Coinbase challenges that we're kind of like proposing for ETHSafari, this is kind of like a good way for you to get a little bit familiar with Coinbase Wallet and how you can integrate that with your own dApp. So you don't have to kind of like do a lot to participate in the challenges. The main thing is just, well, integrate with Coinbase Wallet. So if you follow like the steps that you're going to find in the link, you quite likely are going to have a leg up on what to do and how to do it. Okay, so give it one more second, and then I can jump into a little bit of hands-on part of the presentation. And like I said, all this is going to be recorded, so if you can like miss it right now, you can check it a little bit later. Okay, so I'm jumping here to Zoom for a second. So far, do we have any questions in the chat? Is the chat enabled right now or not?
Yep, it is.
Okay.
So
Okay.
anyone can post whenever.
Okay, perfect. So I'm going to wait until the end to try to answer any questions if anyone has. If not, at the very least, kind of like I mentioned at the start, let me know where you are from, where you're based right now. I'm really interested in learning more about all of you. And if that's okay, let's jump a little bit more into the workshop part. So these are steps that you're going to find in the link that I shared earlier, a couple of seconds ago. They are going to show you pretty much all the detail of what you need to do to start working with Coinbase Wallet. So you can follow them, and I would recommend you to do all these steps on your own afterwards. But I'm just going to go through most of them just to so you have an idea what to do and what to expect. I'm not expecting you to follow because, well, there are several things that could take some copy pasting, so quite likely you will get lost if you're following step by step, but I will explain most of the things. So what you will need, I did mention it before that you're going to need a browser like Chrome or Brave. Then you're going to need to download the Coinbase wallet that you can see that is giving you the link. So I'm going to open it there for a second. So that's going to take you to the Coinbase page. And when you hit the download, it's going to take you to the Chrome store. And in my case, I already have it installed, so I can't remove it, which wouldn't be great for my demo. In your case, you should be able to say like, hey, download, and then you should be able to install it without a problem. And well, if you don't know anything about the Coinbase wallet, you can check the demo and see where it goes from there. When you're done with that, and you create your account that you pretty much can create it for free, and it takes you a couple of minutes while you are creating the new wallet. You're getting like the recovery phrase, and hopefully you save the phrase if you haven't done it before. But when you're done with these steps, then you're going to get to the part that is a little bit more code and a little bit more like that. So this particular sample is going to be using Code Sandbox. So I recommend that you create one of the free accounts. So I did check this morning. I did have a free account, so I'm going to be using that one. And that specific sample, we're going to use this one that is already linked here. So I'm going to create it, and we're going to jump there. So this is the template here, and what you're going to be asked is to fork it. So you have it here, the option, and now I can start working on that. One thing that I didn't mention before is that my throat is feeling really bad, so I apologize if I cough for a couple of times. It has been a couple of rough days for me, so my apologies for that. I'm going to move a little bit here so we can check the code, and at the end we're going to see the result in a different page. So I'll be jumping back and forward between the instructions that we have here and our code that is going to be here. So in the instructions, the next part is going to kind of like explain a little bit more about the project itself. So that is just going to tell you a little bit about the different folders that you have, the different files, and most of the modifications that we're going to do are going to be here in app.js. I'm sorry. Now, then is going to tell you a little bit more on the detail of what you have in this file. When we get to the part better, that we're going to copy paste some of the code directly here. One of the things that you can select, or you can use this little gizmo over here to copy paste. So I'll be doing that. If you are not familiar with React, it's really good that you follow this part of the instructions, because it's going to give you an idea of what you have in the files, what every single part of the components are doing. And then when you get to modify them, it's going to be a little bit easier for you to follow along on that. But I'm not going to get into the details of that part. We're going to jump directly into installing the Coinbase wallet. So I'm just going to copy paste it here, but you could just type it. And what you do in your project is here on the left side, in dependencies, you can search for it. In this particular case, I already have it. It's the first one, Coinbase Wallet SDK. And after you select it, you should be able to see it in your dependencies, that in this particular case is right here. So Coinbase Wallet SDK. So it just takes a sec. After that, we're going to be able to include the code that help us to, well, pretty much finish the dApp. After that, we have to kind of like create a Web3 provider, and the Coinbase Wallet SDK is going to provide you some of the methods that you're going to be able, that you're going to need to make requests to the blockchain network. So right now we will have to create a new file that is not included in the template, which is great because then we can like go through the process, and that is the provider.js file, or yeah. So I'm going back here, and you should create it under this folder, because if you read the part that explains the structure of this project, all the code is going to be here in source folder, and all the static files are going to be here in public. So we're not really going to modify these ones. We already provide those for you, so you can use them. But here we can right click and say create a new file. And in this case, it's a copy pasted. It's going to be just provider.js. So we have it right here that is going to be empty. Okay. So now in this one, well, you could again select, or I'm just going to copy paste using this. And the important part that we're going to have in provider.js is the method getProvider that we're going to invoke from app.js. So usually I keep pressing Ctrl+S or Command+S in a Mac just to be able to keep saving every single file. So I already created the file, included the code, and we can jump now to our app.js file over here. So the first thing that we need to do here in the app.js is to be able to import the getProvider that we created in the provider.js file. So let's copy this, and we should be able to include this kind of like pretty much in the section that we're doing the imports. So I'm just going to get it there. Good. Now we're going to create another constant over here, another variable that is going to be here. You can see it. That is going to be a new state variable that we're going to use in the following pieces of code. So let's copy paste it over here. So we have right now the state. And just because I am a little bit strict about that, let's kind of like tab it correctly. Now, we have pretty much an empty connect method right now in the app.js. So let's find it. So here. So it doesn't really have much. It's pretty much just a console log, so it's not going to do much there. But if you copy paste this one, it's going to start using the getProvider method that we have in provider.js, and then we're going to be able to, I don't know if I should have it. So I'm going to completely replace this method here. Okay, perfect. And again, I think this didn't get correctly. I think there. Okay, perfect. Now, so here in the instructions, you're going to have like the kind of like all the detail of what this piece of code is going to allow you to do. But I just wanted to leave it there just to show you the result. So let me make certain it's saved. And I could do it here, but I prefer just to open a new window directly. So if you didn't see it, I just go press the open a new window. So this is going to be your application right now, that if everything works well, again, I tried it this morning just to make certain that everything was going well. It should work and connect the wallet that I already have I have in my browser. So let's see if it does that. So it does the pop-up and is going to ask for my confirmation. So I'm just going to say connect. And now it detects the connection status over there. So that's it. So pretty much if you finish these steps, you should have a project here that already shows you how to, well, this one, the same one here, how to integrate with Coinbase Wallet. So I think it's pretty good. You can see that it's not a lot of steps, and you can work a little bit more, and add more, or kind of just copy paste to your own app. Now, on the same line, I have a couple more things to show you, and then we will be done. And we could answer some questions if needed, but it has to do with a couple more things. So one that we were using before, that is integrating with Web3 model. And this is part of the documentation that we have for Coinbase Wallet in general. So you can see that you go to docs.cloudcoinbase.com or just developer.coinbase.com. And then if you look for wallet, you should be able to get here. And then on the left side, just look for integrating with Web3 model. This one is a small project that is going to show you how to create a dApp that is going to allow developers to, allow users to connect with the wallet that they want in case that they have more than one wallet in their browser. So you can see all the steps are going to be similar steps, quite detailed to create your own project, but I'm not going to go through all of it. I'm just going to show you really quick how it looks, and it's also going to be a code sandbox. So it works here. So it has a similar structure to the project that we just created. But so I'm not going to go into the details, but you can see your app.js here and your provider options. It's not the same provider that we had there, but well, it's similar. And just to show you the dApp here, it's similar UI. The important thing is that right now in my browser, I have two different wallets connected, Coinbase Wallet and MetaMask. And the demo here is pretty much just saying connect wallet is going to detect the wallets that I have. And by default, it also gives you a wallet connect. And when you say, like, I want to connect with Coinbase Wallet, it's already going to connect it. It should have shown me the pop-up, but I think it didn't do it because I already connected on the other side, on the other application. So it kind of like almost skipped that part. I've seen that doing that. I don't know right now, and right now you can even like select the network that you want to use, which is great. And finally, if you want to kind of like dig even a little bit deeper into the different sample applications, I already have it here. So in the documentation, if you kind of like scroll down a little bit more, you're going to find sample applications. You have different ones that are focused obviously on Wallet SDK, React, Vue, third-party libraries. But the one that I wanted to point out, because it's really great, and JM, the one of the people that created this, did an amazing job. You're going to see this one that is the NFT dApp starter kit. So at the very end of this section of sample applications, and you are going to be able to get the GitHub repository. Yeah, there you go. So you can, pretty much fork it and do everything that you want. It has great documentation here. But also, one of the things that I really like is that JM created this video tutorial. So I'm going to mute it.
Hey, my name is JM.
There you go. That is JM. And he goes for over almost 40 minutes, just giving you the detail on how to make this sample app work. And if you're interested in minting your own NFTs and how to programmatically create the art for these NFTs, he's going through all the details. You can see, like, let me see the Coinbase, like how to create this art. Of course, you can modify it, and how to, let me see, something like this. He's going through all the details that you may need. So if you have like 1 hour, 1 hour and a half, if you're going to kind of follow along free, this is a great resource for you to learn more about, well, Web3 development in general, but specifically doing it with Coinbase Wallet. So if you were not paying attention as much to like the small demo that I did, you have other samples here that are really amazing. And I recommend the Web3 model and the NFT dApp starter kit. But if you have any other needs, you can see that we have you covered right here in case that you want something else. And this is one of the other sections where I would recommend you to give us some feedback. If you want any other kind of sample or like any other technology that you may be using and want to see like a tutorial or something like that, it's great that you let us know, because this documentation is going to grow depending on your needs. So if you tell us like, hey, I want something else like that is not NFT but is focused on gaming or something like that, and we see that there is a need there, then quite likely we will work on that and we will keep adding to all these sections here. And I think that's pretty much it. So I'm going to go back to my presentation over here for a second, in case that you didn't catch the link. I'm actually going to try to kind of zoom in here. Come on. I want to zoom in 200% so you guys get,
Could you post the link in the chat, Diego?
Absolutely.
Awesome. Thank you. I think it might be easier for everyone to just click on it.
Okay, perfect. I'll do that. And I think one of the other things, well, let me stop sharing. I don't see the chat until I stop sharing. The other thing is that I think I was also asked to share the slides after the presentation. So I'm going to clean them up a little bit and see if I have all the links correct there. And then quite likely I will send to the organizers like the slides, and then they will be able to share that plus the video with everyone that was attending. So if you had any other questions, well, you can obviously do that. And since we're already kind of using the chat, I'm going to share my Twitter account. So that's my Twitter right there. So if at some point you guys have any questions, you just want to connect with me, I don't know, I'm moving away from the camera. If you want to kind of connect with me, that's great. Also in the documentation at the very end, we do have a section that is for the forums. So if you have any specific questions, if you have any problems with technical issues, you always can go there. And well, we have kind of like a full developer relations team that is really happy to connect with all of you. And if you have questions, you want to collaborate, you have projects that you want to share, just kind of like let us know. And now I finally will get to check the okay, I'm London, Dubai, Nigeria. Challenges and prizes. Thank you, Alex, for sharing that. The workshop, Chicago. Okay, well, awesome. So I see people from many places, and yeah. Hello from Brazil. I'm assuming Brazil. I was missing there. How are you? Awesome. Well, it seems that we had people all over the world, so I'm really glad that people joined. And again, I think we have another presentation in ETHSafari in a week and a half or something like that on the 19th. So we will work on giving you something a little bit different back then. But if you didn't have any questions today, just remember that you can connect with us and also join in that presentation and ask any other questions. And yeah, I think that's pretty much. And yeah, that's everything for me. If no one has any questions, that's hello from Canada. Is there any way to connect with Coinbase Wallet server side? Not using the front end. Yeah, I mean, programmatically, you should be able to kind of like also to connect that. Just not you. Well, I don't know. You would have to do it for like something Node in Node.js or something that is running a server, right? So, but yeah, the Wallet SDK is going to provide the API that you need to well use that. But I don't think you really need just. It's the easiest way because the wallet is kind of like made to kind of like work with a lot of front end applications, but I don't think that's the only way that you have to do it. And if you are interested, also, like I think in a couple of weeks we are going to have more announcements around that too. That's it.
Awesome.
Well, Taylor, he's also one of my co-workers. I don't know if Taylor, if you want to add anything to. I feel that I've been talking a lot today, so I don't know if you want to share anything with anyone else.
Yeah, no, just if anyone has any questions, feel free to reach out to us. We have Twitter, either Coinbase Wallet on Twitter or Coinbase Cloud on Twitter. Feel free to drop any questions you have in the Discord. We'll be around all day to answer any questions related to the demo, ETHSafari, and yeah.
Awesome.
Seriously.
Thank you, Taylor, and thank you, Diego. Thank you so much for taking this workshop. For any of you that have any other questions, please feel free to post it in the technical questions channel on Discord. We'll be happy to answer any more questions over there. Again, thank you all for coming. I hope you have a lovely, lovely day wherever you are. You're all from all over the world. So morning or nighttime, have a lovely day, have a lovely evening, and hope to see you all soon.
Sounds perfect. Thank you very much.
Awesome.
And yeah, I really hope to see everyone that was attending today, or I don't know, invite more people. we really like to connect with more people. So it would be great to see even more people next time that we get to talk. And yeah, let's keep connected.
Awesome. Thank you.
Bye.
Bye, everyone.